And we are live. What's up, Drip? How you doing, man?
Hi, hello, hey, how are you?
How are you?
Haven't seen you in a while. How you been?
I saw you like 24 hours ago. It was great. Remember that?
Right. I do, yeah, I do.
We were guests on the Communication Error podcast, which I did not link. I apologize for that. I will link that later. I did send it to you guys in Discord. If you're in Discord, I did send it to you already. So, you know, if you're not in there, what are you doing? Get in there. This is the pre-show. This is the show that we do before the show. We're waiting for people to come into the stream. My name is G.
The show before the show.
That's right. So pre means. I am coming down with a cold. I'll be damned if that stops me tomorrow getting a pre-order, but it is certainly making speaking difficult tonight.
Pre-order day.
Mm-hmm. So I apologize if I am terrible tonight. I got cough
That'll
drops.
be fine.
I got Mucinex cough drops. I got Thieves cough drops. I got toilet paper because a man uses toilet paper as a tissue, not tissues.
Yeah, it's a men do.
So men do. What's up, Power Man? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't get the stream public before a minute ago. I completely forgot to press the public button on it. So that's fun. Need a pre-beer for your pre-show before you pre-order Switch 2.
I do have a gold medal apple cider. I had one left. Figured I'd just go ahead and have it now.
Yeah, here's my beer of the week right here. Mucinex cough drops, sore throat.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. Come on. Come back. There we go.
I have words. What's up, Coffee? I have words. What words? Tell me your words.
I have a new computer monitor. I have it set to HDR, but that's a problem when I go to a white screen, for example.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, it's only a problem with white screens. So, no
Quite
biggie.
bright.
Yeah. My
paragraphs are being typed out. Oh, no.
Listening to that other podcast. Were we in trouble?
No.
Are we in trouble?
No. Don't even. No, we don't talk about that here. Sorry. We're spineless here.
Oh, yeah. Completely spineless cowards.
You pay to read my book when it's done.
Yeah, for real, dude. You do write me. If you just like gathered all of your messages in our YouTube comment section, I feel like you'd have a book by now. Like you could write a Nintendo Switch book
for sure
of all nonsense because it's all fake nonsense.
Man, dude, we're there. We are like less than 24 hours away from pre-ordering the Switch. I want to know anybody here who's trying to get online and pre-order it tonight. Is anybody doing that, or is everybody just trying to line up at GameStop tomorrow?
I was thinking about nowhere but Best Buy. I was thinking about Best Buy pre-order because you can't. They're doing a midnight release in person on June 5th. So, the rumor Jeff told me in the Discord that if you pre-order with Best Buy, I guess if you choose, you got to choose in-store pickup, but that should be midnight release, and now you got to pay all the way up front.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it should be. It should be. But I don't know. I honestly want GameStop just because I don't want to drop $500 tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, again,
I'll give them $100. I'm good with that. I'll give them $100. I really don't want to have to give them $500 tomorrow. So,
but I was telling you earlier with PayPal, you can choose an option where it's interest free. You're pre-approved. For at least for me, it's always pre-approved thing. It is technically a loan, but it's interest free and it's on PayPal. And I've never had an issue with it when I use it.
That's interesting. I've never even seen that as an option.
So PayPal pays your fronts your bill, whatever it is. Normally it's not very expensive stuff normally. This would be the most expensive thing I've tried with it.
You can do this through GameStop's website? I mean, I would try that. What's the first payment?
Has nothing to do with the website you're using. It's just if they support PayPal.
Through PayPal. Okay, I don't ever get that option, but my PayPal is like a business account. I do a bunch of other weird stuff through PayPal too. Like they do like working capital loans and stuff that are like they just take little percentages back out. Like when I get a payment from PayPal, they just grab a little bit of it until it's paid off, which is like massive.
That's awesome.
As soon as I pay one off, I get another one because then I can just get stuff I need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're still paying for it.
Like,
it just
I was working on this down here, all the paint and all the things that I had to get for down here. Like I just used that.
That's awesome. Is there interest on that?
Yeah, but it's right up front. It's like if you get, they show you like, okay, your loan is for this much, but we're gonna charge you extra.
It's
like
it's
$100
reasonable.
Extra dollars.
It's reasonable.
Yeah, it's like $100 extra or something, and then they just add that onto the loan, and then it just all comes out. And then once you're done, they take. But you can pick too. It's like you can do like, if you want to take 10% every time you get paid, 15, 20%, whatever you want to do. It just takes a little longer to pay if you do like the 10%. I usually do 15 because then it's like, you know, it's still a reasonable amount that they're getting, and it's also not like the huge amount, like 20 or 25% would be coming out. So it's not like you don't even see it. You know what I mean? You don't even miss it. And then you just wait a couple months and look, and you're like, oh shit, look at that, it's almost paid back.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Yeah, I like that. And the PayPal thing it's a good option. So the way it works is PayPal fronts the bill, and then you pay PayPal back. Hey, Joy Pits, thank you, man, for your packing or pacing. For sure, man.
Back and forth is
I'm nervous with you, man.
It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Listen, that's another thing too. I did hear this, and this is confirmed. Just in case anybody else is wondering, my GameStop said this too. And we've had people in the Discord saying this as well. If you want to know how many Switch 2 units your GameStop is going to have, leave your house tonight when they close and go drive by. They are going to have a sign on their door that says how many units they will have up for pre-order in the morning. So that's going to kind of tell you how early you need to get there. I'm going to be there like a psychopath about 4 hours early. So if y'all want to like hang out and keep me company in the Discord, that would be amazing. Feel free to talk to me in Discord because I will be probably sitting in front of Best Buy in a lawn chair playing Metroid Prime 4. I'm sorry, Metroid Prime Remastered, not 4.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you don't mind leaving a like, we appreciate that. Helps us get to reach our goals in life, which is to have the most likes of any YouTuber of all time. JK. Yo, Wallball, thank you for the $2. Appreciate that, my man. Didn't get a notification. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to make this public. I usually make them private streams and then just press or unlisted streams, and I just make them public when it's the proper time. Just trying out something new. Seems like it's working, but I forgot to make it public until it was like 8:03. So yeah, sorry about that.
It's all right. It's fine.
It's fine. I mean, if anything, it might be better to do it that way. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But appreciate you guys. The likes are rolling in. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Dude, what's up, dude?
Joey Pitts.
Joey Pitts, thank you. Oh, Joey Pitts was a member as well. He membered up. The Arizona Ice Tier. The best name of any members tier of all time.
It's a good tier.
Who did that? Who was that? Was it Jeff?
I don't remember. It's very
Somebody
good,
did that. It was awesome.
Yo, Quest says, hey guys, first time chatter here.
Hey, what's up, man?
I've been lurking here and watching your podcast in silence. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say on this podcast.
Hell yeah.
Well,
appreciate that, Quest.
I can't wait to hear what we have to say on this podcast too. I'm very excited.
We haven't said it yet. This is the exciting part about doing it live. We haven't even said it yet. It's great.
Yeah, we haven't really talked a lot about what we're going to talk about tonight.
No,
either.
not at all. And normally you and I talk through stuff, but we have not talked through tonight. But I think we're going to be just fine with both of it.
Yeah. In case you guys don't know what else obviously we're talking about the Digital Foundry and Nintendo fan squabbles.
Yep.
And then we're going to talk about the accessory pricing.
Yes, and there's a development I just found. That's why we were a little bit late.
Yeah.
We just found it. There's a development.
We were searching Nintendo's website and found some interesting stuff that we'll let you guys in on. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Hey, Jeff, that was a great name. Appreciate you making it.
It's sad. It's actually kind of sad.
What is?
A little sad.
The pricing?
Just the way that they're doing all this.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about it.
And
we talked about it a little bit last night on the we talked a little bit about it last night on the Communication Error podcast. Came out this morning. If you guys haven't seen that, it is up over on their channel.
I'm going to post that link in the chat right here, right now.
Yeah. You just want more of if you just can't get enough Drip and Jeeb, it's a little extra for you right there.
There you go. Drip and I were guests. No Cheesy. Cheesy chickened out because the beginning of that. If you watch this episode, which I recommend you guys do, I don't know if you're sensitive. Maybe skip forward skip forward in the first 2 minutes of the podcast. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't recommend it, but if you are, someone who can't handle some stuff, that's all I'll say. We talk some stuff.
Hopefully they don't get political. Dude, shut the fuck up.
Who said that? Who said that? Oh,
dude. That was Donkey Kong Bonanza. Listen, it was cool. It was awesome. They didn't give us a whole lot of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like, we got to play through like that first little mine area, and then it kind of opens up into like an open, like a sandbox area.
God.
It's cool. I just didn't get to see a whole lot of it.
Did you see what Joey said?
I mean, it runs. No.
You said the F-bomb 20 times. I counted. Who? Me personally, or both of us? Because I feel like I probably did it personally 20 times. Not that we can say fuck on this show. Their show that we're not supposed to, but we didn't.
Yeah, we're supposed to not cuss. And every time I'm over there, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh shit! Sorry. God.
Yeah.
And it happens every single time.
Yep. Dude, take this opportunity to say that Minecraft movie was fun. That's all. Have a great podcast. Thanks, man.
I'm going to see it, I think, tomorrow and again on Sunday, actually.
With the kiddos?
Yeah, I'm going with my two little ones want to go see it tomorrow, and then they're not with me this weekend, but then my girlfriend's son also wants to see it, and I'm going to be with her this weekend, and we're probably doing that Sunday before I drive back down this way.
That's awesome.
I'm going to see it twice.
That's awesome. I don't want to see it as somebody who played Minecraft almost since the beginning. I had no interest in seeing it because clearly it's not about the original Minecraft players. It's definitely towards the new Minecraft audience, mostly kids.
It's for fun.
It's for entertainment fun. It's not Minecraft. It's like they put a sports star on a box of cereal. It's not like it's gonna taste like him. It's not like if you're gonna eat it, you're gonna perform like him. It's just for entertainment. Like, hey, look, here's your favorite sports star.
Why do you want your cereal to taste like a human?
Why did they put those humans on the cereal box? It's not because, like I said, it's not because they taste like them. It's because
I wouldn't have expected it to taste like a person. Nobody's expecting that. I would hope not. I was like, oh my God, LeBron James flavored? Like, yum. Delicious.
Oh man. Yeah, that's why nobody likes Wheaties, because they taste like humans.
They got bits of real people in it.
That's right.
All right, let's start. We're good. Let's start.
All right,
let's get it going. This. I gotta get to bed. Listen, I gotta get to bed. What time is it?
I'm getting sicker by the second here, so
I gotta get to bed because I have to wait 4 hours outside. I gotta get a chair. I gotta find a chair tonight too before I go to bed. I'm gonna make sure I got all that stuff ready to go.
I'm gonna be blowing my nose tonight, so sorry in advance.
You'll be all right. You'll be fine.
I know I will. I'm just apologizing in advance for the people. I'm just gonna turn that music off. I'm gonna pop a golf drop in. Another one. What do these taste like? Here, this is my other beer of the week. Thieves Cough Drops. There we go.
Tastes like actual criminals.
That's right. Yeah. Try to pre-order from Walmart tonight and succeed. Do I still go to GameStop tomorrow? Joey, I don't know, man. I don't know how to answer that for you. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know if you succeed tonight.
You can cancel pre-orders, right? You can cancel pre-orders, right? It's not like it's like a legally binding contract. So
yeah, you're not like locked in. Yeah, I mean, if you,
well, take your money.
I was just talking to Jeeb. I'm gonna try to get mine at GameStop tomorrow, but like also if I can swing it and I get picked for the one on Nintendo's website, I may buy another one, and who knows? We may just be doing a big old fat giveaway. Maybe.
Drip and I were also talking about. I think we're gonna do this if we can. We just don't know what the access is on the accessories right now, which will segue nicely into the episode. I'm just gonna tell you guys this in the episode, which we're going to begin right now. So let's do that, Drip.
All right.
Back. All right, here we go. Welcome, everyone, to the Triple G Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle G, and with me is Host Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every week, Wednesday. Oh, my goodness, I messed up the intro, Drip. We record this podcast every week, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you do a podcast. I'm not going to redo it because I'm a little... Oh, no. I broke a long streak there, Drip. I broke a very
You've been doing so good with
streak.
the intro too. It's okay. You're sick. It's fine.
I'm not.
It's fine.
I'm getting sick. I feel like getting sick is actually worse than being sick. I feel it happening. It's like you know what I mean? Like I feel it currently happening. I'm expelling some things, but nothing large. And I'm imagining by tomorrow I'm gonna be a wreck. But this show is not about me being sick. This show is about the fact that Switch 2 fans are extremely mad at Digital Foundry over the Cyberpunk 2077 situation. And speaking of fucking damn it, we cursed a whole lot last night on the Communication Error podcast.
We did.
I feel bad. Check that
I
out,
always feel bad.
Link will be in the description.
Yeah, definitely check that out. We got a little unhinged. It came off the rails.
I only said
quick.
like Nazi 3 times, Drip. All right, I only like 3 times.
I think I said it like 5. Like, we were definitely we were there. Like, it came off the rails real quick. It was fun though. I like being able to go over there and have
it was all good fun.
Well, Johnny was there.
Johnny's the best.
Yeah,
Johnny's the man. Also, he stinks at everything. I'm better than him at everything. Moving on to tonight's episode topics, Drip. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Digital Foundry. Oh, wait, no, we're starting accessories. That's right. We're starting accessories because we're going to get to Digital Foundry. I find this situation fascinating with Digital Foundry, but we're going to actually start.
I do too. Especially because I actually watch the videos.
Right.
Which I feel like a lot of people don't. And I think that's something we're going to have to talk about.
I'm guilty of that as well. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about accessories, Drip.
There's lots to talk about with these accessories, G.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that they cost a lot more than they did last time around with the Switch 1, and now they cost just a little bit more on top of that because tariffs, and most of this stuff is coming from China, and we know the tariffs in China, those are the ones that didn't get held for whatever 90 days or whatever it's going to be. They just keep going up. So everything for the Switch 2, besides the console itself and the games, has been raised anywhere from what, $5 to $10. Amiibos are getting hit now too.
I think it's mostly 5, but there are some that are 10, like the Amiibos. Yeah. It's different prices across the board. And before we talk about, let's just quickly go over the non-tariff prices because obviously the tariffs have caused these prices to go up, but they were already more expensive before the tariffs were announced. For example, the Joy-Con were $90. Last generation Joy-Con were $80. So we had $10 increases over last generation just for being a new generation. And now with the tariffs, you can add on a $5 to $10 surcharge on that.
Yeah, Joy-Cons are $95, basically $100 for a pair of Joy-Cons, and that's not even after. That's right from Nintendo.
Freedom dollars, Drip. Freedom dollars.
Yes. 94 freedom units.
Freedom units.
The Joy-Con grip is $40, dude. That's
now it's the charging grip. It's not the non-charging. Apparently these new ones are all charging. Grip. But
still
$40. That's a controller. You can buy Switch 1 third-party controllers, great ones, for less. They have Hall effect sticks. The controller's built into it with a battery for like $30. Like, where is this one? You got me? This is the PC version, but the 8-bit Duke controllers.
Yeah, I mean, you can get that brown one I sent you too. And that's a good looking controller.
Yeah, you can get this one. You get the Switch version of this for $30. $30. Hall effect sticks. No back buttons, but they're bumper buttons on there, which I always forget that these are here. But there are extra buttons.
Oh yeah, there's extra ones. Yeah,
it's a great controller.
Yeah, it is a good controller, dude. The dock, the Switch 2 dock.
Oh no, yeah,
$120.
Oh my god, that hurts so much.
That's
incredible.
That's crazy. For that price, I don't remember how much it cost. How much does that dock that I'm going to be doing a video on next week cost? Do you know?
What dock you doing next week?
The Aver Media.
I think it's $200. I think it's $200.
It's a capture card,
or is it $250? Somewhere in there, $200.
I don't even know if it's that much, but it captures It captures 4K 60, 1080p 120. It does everything you need to do. And it's also a capture card, and you can capture directly to a micro SD card.
Right.
I feel like, man, like if you need another dock, that's the way to go. At least you got options, but that
hold your horses. That's not for the regular person though.
why
Nobody needs those
not?
features because it's so expensive. Nobody needs those features. You can buy again a third-party dock. Like I can't actually. I've glued this to my computer now, so it won't move around. But this SNES one I got from you as well.
How much is that?
Well, you got it. I don't know, but I believe it's less than $100. It's from Genki.
Okay.
So
there's other dock. I don't know what the specs are on that dock particularly though. So that's the one thing I do know about the dock that I have here. It is that capture card, but it does. I have the box somewhere on it because I was looking at it because I'm getting ready to do that video, and I was like, well, what does this thing do? And it does do it outputs 4K 60 and 1080p 120. So it's exactly what you need for a Switch 2. It'll still do all that, but
basically as long as it's HDMI 2.1 or whatever however you do this, calculate it. As long as it's that spec, you're going to be fine because it'll support.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start
HDR,
becoming more
all that stuff.
Again, not experts here, not experts.
No,
but I am going to have to start becoming more familiar with that. I didn't really care that much because I played my PS5 and I just used what came with it to hook it up. Usually it was on a monitor where it was just doing everything itself. I need to make sure I'm using all the right stuff with the Switch too. It matters now. It used to really not matter all that much. The carrying case is another thing I'm actually interested in. It's $85 now.
Yep.
The cube carrying case, that actually looks like a really nice one. I'm still going to try to get that eventually. Probably not right off the bat. But
yeah.
The whole point of this is all the prices are going up. All the prices are going up. This sucks, but it's better than the alternative. It's better than the alternative. I would rather this stuff go up a little bit because this stuff's not. It's not stuff you absolutely have to have. It's not like something you have to buy to play the system. You're like you want a Pro controller.
Right.
You want the Pro controller for the Nintendo Switch 2. Trust me, you do. I've used it. You definitely want it. But you don't have to have it. The Joy-Cons will work just fine. And it comes with a grip. You don't have to buy a grip. You don't need the camera. You don't need the case. These are extra things. So to put the extra price there is not... It doesn't bother me that bad. But gee, what does bother me a lot...
Chisme. We got some chisme, guys. I learned that word. It's a Spanish word for... what's it mean, Abby? Gossip. Get some chisme.
Nintendo is hiding these prices. They're hiding everything.
We have confirmation now. We actually...
And they're doing a bad job of it.
I'm going to show you guys tonight.
Can you pull that up, please? Can you pull that up? I want you to start... I would like you to start at the Nintendo Switch 2 accessories page.
Indeed, I will do that, Drip.
Now, for those of you listening...
I didn't set up this new monitor. Crap. You keep talking. I have a new monitor, guys. I need to set the monitor, so just keep going, Drip.
All right, well, I can explain. For those of you listening and not seeing this too, we were looking at the accessories before we got on here to just make sure we were familiar enough with the pricing so we could talk about it. And we get over to the Nintendo Switch 2 accessories page, and wouldn't you know it, they have recently taken the prices off of that page. They were there. These prices were there. We've gone over them on this podcast. When they changed the prices, they decided to take them off. So you can go through on the accessories page and look down through there. We've got the Pro controller. No price. All it is a little link to the My Nintendo store. And I'm giving Jeeb a minute to catch up here. Let me know when you are when you're ready. But it goes like that the whole way down.
A little rough and ready, but we're good
Joy-Con.
to go. We're good to go here. So,
yeah. Joy-Con, no price.
Well, so let's start.
Everything on this page, no pricing whatsoever. Yeah. And it was here. Now you can confirm, Jeeb, now that you're back listening. We looked at this stuff on this podcast the day that they dropped all this information, and those prices were here.
Right.
They were here. So now, as you can see, you're looking down through here. Let's go up to the Pro controller. And you'll see there on the Pro controller, it's at the very top there. There's a little tab there on the bottom that's red. It says My Nintendo Store. Now, you can click on that and go to it and go to the My Nintendo Store. Well, isn't that interesting? The price is gone also. on the My Nintendo store. Isn't that interesting, Jeep?
Isn't
That's so
that interesting?
Now, would you do me a favor and please scroll down slightly where Nintendo has clearly forgot to scrub the prices on the bottom of the related items, because now we have all the prices right here in the store.
Yep, here they are. Here, $85 for the carrying case.
So they've clearly scrubbed the prices.
for the carrying case. We got $39 another carrying case, $35 for the adapter, $119 for the dock. Go ahead, Drip.
They've clearly scrubbed the prices from the website.
Yeah, because
but
again,
didn't do it from the related items tab. Because if you know anything about building one of these websites, there's different places where you're putting these things, and they have different options. I'm sure Nintendo's probably not using like Squarespace or something like that. I'm sure they probably got something built, or they probably have somebody whose job it was to go in and do this, and they're still there. So it's just, this is the thing. This is the thing that bothers me. They are raising their prices, which, again, with this stuff, I'd rather they do it here if that's where they're going to do it. I don't see it even really necessary, honestly. I don't really care as much here, but...
Yeah, it bothers the crap out of me, I'll tell you that.
It's not really all that necessary. I think they're still going to make money on this stuff. I mean, they're trying to at least get the margins a little bit closer to where they were. But I mean, if you think about what the tariffs are and where this stuff's coming from, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. They could have decided to make it a lot worse, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah,
and they
yeah.
didn't.
And again,
so they are taking a little bit of a hit here, but I'm sure they're still making money on this.
Right. I'm not upset. I understand. I'm an informed consumer. We do this podcast, so I probably am a bit more than informed consumer at this point, just because I'm always looking at this stuff. And I'm not saying I'm like better than you guys. A lot of you guys as well are on the same level as me, where you're just a little bit more than the informed consumer, because you're informing yourself even a little bit more than maybe the normal consumer would be. But again, I'm the informed consumer, so I'm aware that Nintendo didn't have to. I mean, but we're very likely to raise prices, and we know that we dodged a bullet because it could have been more. But here's the thing.
And it could be more down the road.
Here's the thing. That part doesn't bother me. The raising the prices doesn't bother me. I knew it had to be done. I don't like it. I don't defend them for doing it. I just simply saying, I understand how this stuff works, and I get that they had to do it. It's not like everything. It's not like everybody else isn't raising prices too. Everybody's raising prices. So like, it's not like Nintendo's the only one doing this. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, what bothers me is the hiding of it, the hiding from their prices.
Yeah,
what it's clear as day they're doing it now. Like, we just caught them. We caught them with their pants down. Like I always say, Drip, if it quacks like a duck and it looks like a duck, it's a duck.
It's a fucking duck.
And they're quacking. They're quacking right now.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the biggest part about this. That's just like I don't even mind it. It's like, whatever. Your prices are your prices. You know. Like, am I going to sit here and complain, $450 for this? Like, me, I am actually somebody who thinks that the Nintendo Switch 2 is worth $450. Even if they were charging however much for it, that's their choice to charge. You can bitch about it or not, but they're going to charge what they're going to charge. My problem with the entire thing is the way that they do this. And I kind of want to explain a little bit more in detail. Now, I heard Kit and Krista talk about this, and this is where I'm like, this is just where I see somebody who's worked there and knows how these things are being talked about internally, but then you see how it is externally and how it is like for us as a consumer, how we see this. Now, internally, the reason these games and stuff and the systems don't go on sale is because internally and you know, the way that you talk about Nintendo products, they are up here. They are in a class of their own. That's how Nintendo views their products, and that's how they want people to view Nintendo products. You know, that's why they don't go on sale, because, you know, these games are, they're polished. They come out as perfect as they can be. And I mean, you got to give them credit. Other than a couple hiccups with frame rate here and there, I mean, Nintendo games are polished. They are. They look the way they're supposed to look. 90% of the time, they run the way they're supposed to run. You know, they don't go on sale very often. And when they do, you know, they knock $20 off maybe during the holidays. And that's about all you're going to get from them as far as first party stuff goes. They don't discount the systems. They don't discount the controllers. And they don't want to do that because they want to be seen as a premium, high tier, gaming company, which is fine. It's totally fine. It reminds me of like kind of the way Apple operates. You know what I mean? Like you pay an Apple tax. It's a little higher. I mean, it's actually not really that. It's not that much higher. They're actually coming off that a little bit.
Ooh, Apple?
I don't need to go there. Yeah, they are. They're adding stuff and not raising prices, which is like crazy.
Yes and no. I think the rest of the industry is raising prices, which is making them look like they're not raising their prices, but they definitely
they're
are.
Not raising their prices. They're just not charging as much for stupid things as they used to charge, like 100 gigabytes of storage for
no.
$400.
Have you seen the Mac Mini? Have you seen the Mac Mini spec bumps on the website? It's actually insanity. You can spend like $3,000 on a Mac Mini just for some more RAM and more storage.
You're missing my point. They are not charging more. The tiers are still the same distance apart, but how much you get for that price is they've bumped all of it up. So you're getting more for what you were charging, and they're not making that price any more than it was for things like iPads and things like that.
I see what you're saying.
My point is Apple is very upfront about, you watch an Apple event, they tell you all about it, they tell you why it's a premium product, they show it to you in a very premium way, and then they tell you the premium price. And that is the price. They're very open about it. We are Apple. This costs this much. Now, Nintendo wants to do that, but they're hiding behind mommy's skirt after they tell you the price. They'll say, oh, it's $450, and they run back behind mommy's skirt, and they're like, oh, no. What are they going to say? What are they going to do? And then they'll run out and tell you the price of the Pro Controller, and then they run and hide. And some of these cases, they're not even telling us the prices. They're leaving it to other people to do that. With all the misinformation we got, with everything, with the whole release of this, it's been completely botched by them because they're afraid to tell us prices because they want to be that premium company. But if you're going to be that premium company, you also got to stand up and say, we charge this and we're confident that we're charging this, which they are not doing, which makes them look really, really bad in all this. It really, it puts a sour taste in your mouth because it would be a whole different story if they stood up there and they were like, the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to cost $450. The Pro Controller is going to cost X. Joy-Cons will cost Y, like whatever. Stand up and say it. Just say it.
Hey, Drip, say it with your chest.
People are still going to bitch. That's the thing. The people who are bitching right now about the price are still going to bitch about the price, whether you hide and tell it or tell it to us right up front. But at least if you tell it to us right up front, the people who aren't going to bitch as much, or maybe some of the people who are bitching now, like you and I, who probably wouldn't be bitching, if you would have just stood up and said it, this wouldn't even be a conversation.
1,000,000% I would not be complaining if they just would have put the prices on.
Me neither. Like, I get it.
Like I said,
that's your
I'm
price.
informed. I understand the situation that we're all being put in. And I understand
I hate being that
Nintendo
guy.
needs to raise the price. I keep saying need. They don't need to. We know Nintendo doesn't need to raise the price.
They don't need to. No,
but we know
fine.
that Nintendo was...
It's a business, man.
Was just to do so in terms of business terms. So,
and listen, I hate being this guy. I hate it. But it does come down to, like, if you don't like the price, you're not forced to buy this. Correct. You're not forced to buy this. They are allowed to charge what they want to charge. Are some of these prices...
Let's look at the competition for the Switch 2. Wait. Wait. There isn't any.
Yeah.
The closest that we have are the PC handhelds, and those things are typically hundreds of dollars more expensive.
Yeah.
And the Steam Deck, which is the most comparable, you're getting less so. You could spend less on the Steam Deck, but you're also getting less.
Oh, gee, how much does the Steam Deck Pro Controller cost? Oh. How much does the Steam Deck dock? They do have a dock, right?
I think it's like
is there
$100.
An actual Steam Deck dock?
Yeah, I believe so. It's like $100 or something.
Okay, it doesn't come with it, but if you want to buy one, there is actually one of those. Okay, right. The Steam Deck camera. How much is that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Well, you could plug a USB camera to that. That's no problem.
You get my point.
Yes.
This is their closed system of their stuff, just like the Apple ecosystem. It's their closed system of their stuff. They're charging what they charge for it because they fucking can.
Wait, pause. Because I hear somebody right now typing, but I can play Nintendo games on my Steam Deck. Yarg.
Okay, cool. You can.
Yarg,
yeah, you're right.
Yargy matey. Okay.
And if that's the way you want to go with
steal it. Go ahead and steal the game if you want. It's not my bottom dollar to worry about. But that's, that's not
biggest
an
problem with
it's
all
not
this.
the flex that you think it is, commenter. It's not.
My biggest problem with all this is just the fact that they will not just nut up and stand up and tell us the price.
Ooh,
like they have to like. It's always this big thing where it's like, I just don't understand why we're trying to be Apple, but also just very afraid to do the thing that Apple does, which is tell us the price and not have a problem with it.
Balls to the wall, drip.
It's caused so much. It's just caused so much confusion with everything. With everything. From the second that Direct was done, the misinformation started. I mean, and we're guilty of being involved in all that too.
Yeah,
I mean, we,
I'm not mad at myself
2-3 days
for it.
after.
Yeah, I'm not mad at myself for it, but it's the nature of the beast. But we were trying to get people informed and trying to inform ourselves, but we were victims of. We're guilty, but we're also victims of the misinformation. It's everybody's a victim there, but it's also everybody's fault at the same time.
I mean, yeah, credible places were saying, Mario Kart World is going to be $90. Physical. And I still get people in my comment section of my videos saying, I'm not paying $90. Like, it's
been brought back because of the Breath of the Wild is $90. Because of that, it's been brought back. Oh my God, Nintendo games are $90. And it's like, yeah, it's Breath of the Wild. It's $90 if you buy the DLC and you buy the Switch 2 version that comes with everything. Or you can just pay $60 like normal and nothing changes. I mean,
either way. We can move on to the digital Foundry stuff, but I mean, that's the problem. that's the problem. Nintendo needs to like stand the fuck up. Yeah, stand the fuck up and tell people the prices. And you have to be what's the word I'm looking for? You have to at least look like, we stand behind these prices because we stand behind our products. The internal conversation is these are premium products. These are top tier games. That's why they don't go on sale. If that's the case, then stand the fuck up and say it.
A backbone.
Instead of hiding.
We're looking for backbone.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
We're looking for backbone.
Yeah, we need,
And not to attack Doug Bowser. I have nothing personal against the guy. I know
he's
that
only saying what he's told to say, man.
People hate him. That's his job. His job is for people to hate him. And not Nintendo.
He's a marketing guy, man. I mean, he's the president of Nintendo of America.
Yeah.
Not even. No. He's a marketing guy. He's the one you see doing MSNBC interviews. That's what he's there for. Mm-hmm. He makes an appearance on a Direct every once in a while.
It's not him personally. I'm gonna make it clear. It's not Doug Bowser personally that people are attacking him like it is him personally. I'm sure he's coming up with the phrasing and everything, which people have problems with. But he's being told what to say, and so it's really not him. But the things he's saying is not good. Whether that's the way he chose to phrase it, that's poor, or the way Nintendo told him to what the content that Nintendo told him. Either way, it's not coming across good. And like Kit from the Kit and Krista podcast, Drip. His name is Kit.
Yes, not Kip.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Kit.
You called him Kip like 50 times.
I know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I was in the process of getting sick last night too, I guess.
Yeah.
But Kit obviously ran the social medias for Nintendo. At least played a big role.
He was involved in that. Yeah.
And he talked about this. He's like, man, if I was in that position right now, I would be doing way different things than they're currently doing it. And it all kind of comes back to the accessories. Like, what are you doing, Nintendo? What are you doing? Why you're now? Jeff brought up a good point earlier in the show. I don't have the comment as passed here on the live chat, but he said it's possible that it could just be an error that they have yet to fix because they're changing the prices over. And they haven't put. But I'll tell you what though, Jeff, why the price is correct. If they had to change them, then why they change them on those lower listings we showed you earlier, like on the bottom.
And they went out of their way,
but they didn't change the main page of the accessory. And you click on it, there's no price there. Why didn't they do that? Why would that not be the first thing you do instead of the other thing?
You have to click again if you want it on the actual page from the My Nintendo store. You have to click Find Retailers, and then it pops up like Walmart has a pre-order price of. Oh, dang. Can I pre-order the Pro Controller right now?
Can you? Don't get distracted. Can you really?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Almost time. Midnight tonight. Yeah, okay. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, Nintendo. Stand up. Have a backbone. You gotta if you're gonna charge these premium prices, you gotta stand up and at least look confident while you're doing it. Stop hiding behind mommy's dress.
Yeah, and it just says it could more likely caused by stupidity. Yeah, if that's the case, they're still in my, they're still doing this wrong in my book. Like, that's a bad mistake.
Yeah.
That's a bad mistake.
It's more optics that are just terrible.
Exactly. The word of the day is optics. It makes the optics even worse than it already has been.
Yeah. If this is a mistake, then yeah, this is a fucking huge one. Because it just makes you look even worse. It just piles on the whole problem.
The snowball. This is very similar to last night's Communication Air podcast conversation.
It is. Yeah.
Definitely go check that episode out, guys. It was a good episode.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. Speaking of people who are white in skin, like me, Drip, and Johnny, Digital Foundry. I don't know why I went there. Probably because politics are in my head. But Digital Foundry. Now, I'm going to preface this whole thing with this. Drip and I think I can speak for Drip when I say we don't have anything against Digital Foundry. We're not going to be shit-talking him, nor really anybody except for...
There's lots of people. It's not just one person, just so you know.
Right, yeah, I know. There's three
There's
of those
lots
guys.
of them. Yeah.
Digital Foundry, the entity.
There's more than three.
Not the person, the entity I'm speaking
of.
The company.
There's lots of them.
Yeah, nothing against them. In fact, we're kind of going to be attacking the people who are attacking them. If anything.
I'm not attacking... Okay, first off, I'm not attacking anyone.
True. We're not attacking anybody, although some of these comments are pretty negative.
Okay, so the big thing going on here is basically Nintendo fans are very, very upset about Digital Foundry and their coverage of the Nintendo Switch 2.
Fair.
There are lots of people saying that they are basically putting on a smear campaign about the Nintendo Switch 2 and saying that it's underpowered and that it can't even beat a Steam Deck and it's barely a PlayStation 4.
Did they even say those things, Drip? Let's start there.
No, they didn't. Okay, I'm going to tell you what the problem is with a lot of this. The main problem with a ton of this is people... Things have changed with Digital Foundry. They are now somebody in this industry that a lot of other people in this industry go to and look at for very detailed breakdowns and analysis of game performance, specs, things like that. They have all the necessary tools to make that happen and get accurate readings on things and know how these things work. What's inside of these things, what makes it tick, what makes it different from this and that. Like, they have done a very good job at doing that stuff. So, when this stuff happens, I mean, of course, the first people to get, people you want to see, what's the opinion of Digital Foundry? What are they saying? Like, where's this? Where's that? I will say this. I have been watching their stuff a lot more lately. I do watch their stuff, and you and me and Mrs. G were talking earlier, just in general about Digital Foundry. Like, it's boring. Like, unless you're really into
I'm not going to attack them. They're boring.
Okay, listen. If you like the stuff, you like the stuff.
American. You can have your opinion.
Yeah, listen. I watch the stuff. I watch it. I watch the hour and a half entire podcast that they do. I watch them all. I mean, not every single episode, but if it's about Nintendo Switch 2, anything going on with that, I watch every second of it. I want to know. what's going on. And they have the tools to tell me what this thing can and can't do.
And tools and knowledge. I mean, let's not disregard their knowledge.
Knowledge as well. And some of the stuff now, and I'll get into this. I'll get into more of this here in a second, but they are pretty damn accurate when they have the right information put in front of them to test. They're pretty accurate, but yeah, this stuff's boring. Unless you got to be a special kind of nerd to really just enjoy all of that, and especially the way it's delivered. They're very calm. They just talk like this.
Yeah, they're British nice, or whatever.
Very nice.
Ignorant American here. I don't know. They're over there.
It's just very calm. Very it's fine. It's fine. Like, I put it on like double the speed because I need to know the information faster, and they just talk too slow. It's fine. It's whatever. It's my ADHD.
I do that with some content creators too. Some of them they honestly just talk too slow for me. I'm like,
It's my ADHD. I can't help it. I can't help it. But anyway, the point is, people have been like, and it's Nintendo fans just getting really, really pissed off with them because they're comparing this thing to a PS4, and in some cases, it's like that is kind of the most comparable thing, sort of. Like, we're talking about completely different things. And as you said, G, it's not like the Nintendo Switch has a direct competitor you can put it against.
No, you can't.
It's not like it has.
It's
floor, even when you come to the Steam Deck,
it's floor and its ceiling, or there's no comparisons for floor or ceiling. It's not like in sports where you can compare a player to this player for their floor and this player for their ceiling.
Yeah,
you can't
not
you can't do that with the
possible.
Switch too. There's no comparisons. And let's take it back to the rumors a while back, which seemingly might be true. The rumors had suggested that the Switch 2, without any enhancements, DLSS enhancements, was basically a PS4 in your hands. Now, not exactly, but basically. And that's probably still...
We're not going to know. Actually, Jeff says in the chat, we're not going to know till it's in hand, and somebody can get this thing and really put it through its paces. Somebody who knows what they're doing. Like Digital Foundry, once they get it, like, they're gonna be able to tell us exactly what this thing... You have to remember this, too. People are attacking them for some of the comparisons that they... Like, Cyberpunk is, like, the big one. And, not to brag or anything, but I also got to play Cyberpunk on the Nintendo Switch too. I had a really good time with it. They found a lot of issues with it, but I mean, that's another thing about Digital Foundry that you got to understand. Like, that's what they do. That is the point. The point is to really, really look at every single thing, every frame drop, every little aspect of this thing in the background and how it's being changed in this version of the game to make it run on this limited hardware and how they're accomplishing all the stuff that it's accomplishing. That's the point of their channel, to understand. And sometimes, sometimes they pull the curtain back a little too far, and people start clutching their pearls, getting upset, just getting real mad. Like, why would, like, that's not true. It's more powerful than a PS4. Like, what? You can't say, like, calm down. Like, they are cutting corners. They're doing things to make this run on what is obviously a limited piece of hardware. We know it's limited. Is it as limited as the Nintendo Switch 1? Obviously not. It's miles better than that, but still limited.
Right.
People are getting really upset about little things that they've picked out here and there. One thing in particular is the DLSS thing, which we're going to get to. But some of the stuff that I saw, that they were talking about frame drops in certain places when there's a lot of stuff going on, this and that. And I mean, I do understand it to a point. There is a point where I watch those videos and they're pointing out things that I would have never, ever seen myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it does kind of take the magic away a little bit. So I can understand from that perspective of, like, why people are like, oh, getting mad about, like, there's no reason to get, like, angry at them about it. It's not like they're trying to, like, make the Switch 2 look bad. They're talking about what they can see and what it actually is.
And what can they see, Trev? What do they have access to right now to get this information from to begin with here?
Well, I mean, a lot of times they get assets from Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know with Metroid Prime 4, and I'm sorry, commenters, Metroid Prime 4 is not 4K. It's not.
Nintendo says.
And Nintendo has also said, yes, Nintendo has said themselves now. So anybody commenting on this, I want to hear it again.
Wait, this
on the last one.
Last week we looked this up. Like, Megaboy brought this up. He said on Nintendo's website last week, this could have changed, but it said it was supported 4K 60 in dock mode.
That's fine. They can say whatever it is. I can tell you right now, it's not. It's 1440. It's 1440. It's not 4K. I don't think anything on the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be actual 4K. From what I'm seeing, I mean, again, I watched the entire video of Digital Foundry video, and they also pulled up some stuff where Nintendo said that no, this is 1440p. It's not full 4K. It's upscaled.
But the Switch is capable, and I think it's more like we can expect the first part stuff to not really be 4K. I don't think any of us were expecting 4K. Honestly, when we saw it was cable 4K, we all kind of surprised, although we shouldn't have been. But
okay, but anyway, Metroid Prime 4, for example, they called it out. They got assets from Nintendo, and they're like, "Well, it's not 4K; it's 1440p." And I mean, we said that last week. I got it from them, which it is accurate. Nintendo has also said that's accurate. It is accurate. They have the tools to count the fucking pixels. They can do it. They know. They're like, yeah, it's 1440p. They didn't say might be 1440p. They're like, yes, this is 1440p. 100%. Now, here is where a lot of the controversy came from, and why a lot of people were pissed off. So they were looking at Cyberpunk 2077 on the Switch 2. And this was 2 weeks ago. Now, they have also put up a video this week talking about more things that they found out about Cyberpunk on the Nintendo Switch 2. Last week, they were talking about how, to them, this is what they said. They didn't say it's not running DLSS. It was never said. They said it does not look like it's running DLSS. They were saying that it's not showing what you would see from a game that's running DLSS. There are certain things that you look for in, freeze frames, in slow motion. There's certain things that they can pick out, like, okay, like some jagged edges on some things, like certain points, like, okay, that's because of DLSS processing. You can see it. And in Cyberpunk 2077 on the Nintendo Switch 2, they said, we aren't seeing that. We're not seeing those things. So their conclusion was, at this point, it doesn't look like it's running DLSS. They reached out to CD Projekt Red to see what they would say, and CD Projekt Red got back to them after everyone attacked them and said, it is running, it is, and which those people didn't know either.
No.
They had no idea. These are people in the comment section just pissed because, yes, the Switch 2 does have looks like a specific type of DLSS. CD Projekt Red did not say what type of DLSS it is, but it seems like this is some special DLSS like we saw in the patents that NVIDIA has made for Nintendo for this specifically. But it's doing things differently. And there's a lot of different things they're using to hide the fact that this is a lower powered console and giving those resources to other things to make it run better and things you're looking at. So a lot of the stuff was hidden. But it is, in fact, running DLSS, and they actually went back to look at it closer, and then they found these things. Like, okay, a lot of what we're seeing, especially in like this frame where a motorcycle is driving over a bridge, they put a lot of like ghosting effects on things, like blur, like motion blur, to kind of hide some of the stuff where those lines in the background on normal things that are running DLSS, you would see those lines.
Right.
And that's where you could see those like kind of wavy, like jagged looking lines. And I guess that's a sign of DLSS being used. That's what they're saying. Those were hidden. That's why they couldn't see it. This is a type of DLSS that's not being used in a way that it's been used before. Whatever they're doing with this, it's not a normal way that most people are using DLSS right now. And they've admitted that. They were like, yeah, we didn't see it because well, obviously we were looking in places that we always look and it wasn't there. It was hidden. They also said how interesting it is that they're doing this and that they want to see more and look into it even further now that they can see it. So people are attacking them. And it's basically because they're getting their feelings hurt because they are just so hell-bent on the Switch 2 being something that it's not. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sorry, it's not a PS5. It's not. It may be more powerful than a Steam Deck, but it's not a Steam Deck. It does things differently. It's going to do things differently. Like, we're not going to be able to know what this thing's going to do until it's out. And people are getting so worked up with what Digital Foundry. Like, if you're that worked up about what, just don't watch don't listen to them. Is their opinion on how something runs going to change the way you feel about the game? If you see the game and you're playing it and you like that game, is hearing what they have to say going to make you not like that game because there's a frame drop that you didn't see yourself? You got no fucking clue it's even there. But now you are crying because Digital Foundry found it, but then you want to be pissed off at them because they're just doing what they do because they found it. Like that's what they do. Like if that's going to piss you off and it's going to like hurt your feelings because Nintendo can't get something to run at exactly, 120 frames per second at 4K, like you should probably stop watching that channel, I would say, because you're going to get real upset every single time you watch them. And one more thing before I stop my little rant here. Stop reading headlines because that's another thing too. These guys, like I said earlier, have become one of the staples.
I'm guilty of this, Drip. I am guilty.
You are. I know you are
because
you came to me with some of this stuff the other day, and I was like,
it was like a week ago or so. But
yeah, and I was like, no. I watched the whole episode. That is wildly out of context. Wildly out of context.
Yeah, I was seeing people's reactions of headlines on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, Digital Foundry, what are you guys up to over there?" And Drip was like, "Nah, man, this is misinformation." They're just saying what they always
say. Yeah, it's total misinformation. It's people reading headlines, not checking what's actually been said, and reacting and getting, just getting defensive for no reason. Like, don't get so defensive over your, like, whatever, your chosen box. Like, we're done. It's fine. Nintendo won the console war. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Like, there's no reason to get so upset about it anymore.
And you piss them right back off.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. All I'm saying is a lot of this stuff from what I've seen, everything that I'm looking at online and from what you're telling me, and then me watching these videos all the way through and knowing what they're actually saying, it's people reading headlines and not actually knowing what's being said. Either that or watching things and getting mad because they're not telling them what they want to hear. Either way, like, if that's what you're looking for, like, just don't watch their videos. Don't read the headline. Just stay away. Because they're going to pick everything apart. It's what they do. It's what they do.
We have a screenshot from Caffeinated Diabetic in Discord here. And again, it's not misinformation. It's just Nintendo being confusing. In our Discord here, and I got to fix this. I know it looks weird on the stream. I'll fix it for next week. But here's the screenshot that he took for us here. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. This is a screenshot from their video that they posted, the Switch 2 Edition. Excuse me. It says quality mode, 4K 60 FPS HDR. Right there, plain as day. Says it on their website, like we checked last week, 4K 60 FPS.
Cool. It's not.
What did Jeff say earlier in the chat? He said 4K assets are not the same thing as rendering in 4K. So I'm not sure which one it is.
Well, I mean, and they're saying some of the stuff too. Like, I mean, honestly,
I think
like,
the assets
even the 120 frames per second stuff, like, there's a lot of stuff it's not all 120 frames per second. Like, Samus is moving at 120 frames per second, but like the fire is at like 30 frames per second. Some of the gunfire in the background is at 60. Like, it's all over the place. It's not running like. It's just that they are cutting corners everywhere to make this work and make it look the way it's going to look. Like, you have to be okay with that and just, like, yes, they're calling it 4K and that's whatever. Like, a lot of people call, 1440p 4K. Like, that is something that we've seen people do a lot. I don't find that as like a crazy, I don't know. It's not really that misleading because, again, it's not technically 4K, but it is the next step up from 1080p.
So the signal,
difference anyway.
The signal your TV is going to receive is going to be 4K when you're in quality mode, or is it's fidelity mode? Actually, sorry.
Whatever.
Mode.
Yeah.
But the assets, some of the assets are going to be downscaled. Kind of like you were saying how the frame rates on the Fire was 30 when it's running in 120. Similar to that, like the resolution of some of the assets in the game, like maybe Samus's gun might be 4K, like it's really close in your face up in front of you, but some of the background stuff might be less, or vice versa. I don't know. But they're going to use the tricks at their disposal to give you the best experience you can at the highest frame rates. And if they do their job correctly, it won't matter if everything on the screen is not running at a perfect 120 FPS or a perfect 4K. It won't matter.
And that's exactly why.
They're going to trick you to thinking that it looks better than it is. That's what these software tricks are. They're just tricks to make it look better than what it actually is.
That's why the Switch 1 was able to punch above its weight. That's why it was able to do some of the things it was able to do, because there were certain little things that you could take advantage of. Not a lot, but now they've doubled down on that type of stuff with this. They've got DLSS. They've got, way more power, way more. They've got so much more in there that you can deal with. There's. It's not perfect though. That's the point. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It's $450 fucking dollars.
Which
it's $450.
Like I said last night on Johnny's show, and Johnny TZ's show, I'll say here. It's $450. It's very expensive for pretty much anybody right now in this economy that we're living in. That's very expensive.
It is.
And I won't downplay that. I sold things to be able to afford this. So I feel I am with you guys, okay? It's very expensive.
I'm with you too. Hell, it's expensive.
Very expensive.
It's hard to afford something like that. Yes.
But you got to be smart about this and understand the market and I'm not an expert, but I'm doing my best to be an informed consumer. In fact, maybe a little bit above it. And what I've come up with is, and Drip as same thing here. Look at the competition, which again, there isn't any, but the closest competition is these handhelds, these PC handhelds. They're hundreds of dollars more expensive. And the Steam Deck, which is the closest competitor in price, in fact, it's a little bit cheaper. If you get the base model, you're going to get less too. The base model Steam Deck is also indeed less. You're getting less at that price. So yeah, you're going to spend less, but you're getting less. So it's right. It's not only on market value, it's better than market value. It's in its own market, which is the most tough thing that to compare it to. Like we're circling back to the beginning of this podcast. It's in a league of its own. It's in a league of its own.
Well, that's the thing too. Yeah, and we can circle around and probably just kind of wrap this up. It comes back to that. Like when you really take a step back and look at what Nintendo is offering here, what they're offering up, are some of the accessories a little too expensive? Yeah, absolutely. Is some of their wording wrong? Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they've pulled off the website. What's the screen thing? I can't remember. What's the
VRR?
The VRR stuff. They've taken that off. That was on the website talking about docked mode and VRR. They have taken that. I don't think Nintendo, at least the marketing, quite understand. Or maybe it's been like taken off because that's not something they're going to be able to do yet, that they're working on still.
It's only certain regions.
Yeah. Well,
America's one of the reasons where it's been taken off, but it's on other regions.
It's off Europe too now, I think too. It's coming down off all of them.
Is it? Okay.
I think so.
Great. So, good job, Nintendo. Good job.
Yeah. Again, more missteps with marketing. I mean, I'm not going to call it a Wii U.
And we were worried they were worried about the name. The name was going to be the problem. Really? The name was going to be the problem?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I did not bet. I would not bet money on this situation that we're in right now. This is the easy part. This is the easy part. Transparency. Honesty.
Say what you're like. Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
this is the easy part. They're
understand your product, because they're taking this VRR stuff off for two reasons. One of two reasons. One, they thought they were going to have this as something they could do at launch, and it's not ready. Or whoever's been writing this shit up was misinformed, and that is not going to be happening docked. So we're going to have to wait and see with all that stuff. But it comes back to what we started.
VRR is not in dock. That's news to me.
Yeah, it might not be. We don't know yet. It comes back to what we started this podcast on and what we can end this podcast on. Nintendo needs to nut up, understand their product, tell us what it is, and if you want to charge a stupid amount of money for it, stand up and tell us what it costs and be, just stand strong. Don't hide. Like, if you're going to charge the prices, stand up and show us that at least you're confident enough to tell us what they are, because you believe in your product. Like, just do that. Do that at least. I don't know. That's all I got.
Couldn't have said better myself. Yeah. Nintendo get a backbone.
They really have to, because they're in this. I mean, we're still probably talking about one of the biggest launches in video game history.
Have you seen we're recording this Wednesday? Not obviously, it's where we always record these live streams. Have Have you seen
the Japanese
GameStop
numbers?
Well, yeah, that too. But we'll talk about that too. But the GameStop numbers, as far as what they're posting on their doors right now,
in the 30s, it looks like.
No, I've seen as low as 30. Currently, we actually had Atomic and Joey in our chat saying that that's what their GameStops are reporting.
Yeah, I don't know what mine is
in the 30s, and they're reporting
that
that the bundles are more than the regular units, which was something you had said that you saw, which is true
last night. Yeah,
but I've seen as high as well over 120. For some, it depends on your location, and it depends on your market.
And this is bad. Well, yeah, we're not done yet. I got another thing we have to talk about.
Okay.
This is bad. This is bad on so many levels. Just really processing this right now. This is bad on so many levels. I want to go back. Let's go back to who did it first?
But it seems like it's half. Seems like the bundles are twice as many as the regular.
That's good though. Okay, I'm just gonna go back. I don't know which. I think Xbox did it first. They got a little overconfident. With what the Xbox 360 did amazing. So after the Xbox 360, they came out with the Xbox One, correct? That was the next one, and with they had the Kinect, and they were a little in over their heads, maybe. They got a little overconfident. I think that was when they were the ones doing it. And then PlayStation was the next one to do it. Getting a little overconfident, doing some things that they probably shouldn't have done. Nintendo is in that boat right now. I see them doing it. And here's what's so bad about that. Here's what's so bad about that. When you talk about PlayStation or Xbox doing something like that, when they fall, there's another person right there to just to kick them as they're passing them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just to kick them as they're, if Sony trips, Microsoft's going to come right by and kick them right in the nose as they're running by, same vice versa, whatever you want to do. Nintendo can do this stupid stuff that they're doing right now. And as we've said, they don't really have a competitor in the market that is in that area. Like, yes, we do have our handheld PC market, but what are the numbers on the Steam Deck? Not even fucking close. Not even in the galaxy of what the Nintendo Switch sold.
The Steam Deck is about to get passed by the Switch 2. Lifetime Steam Deck sales are about to get passed in tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even close. So Nintendo is doing all this stupid stuff that we're seeing them do. And yeah, there are a lot of people openly calling them out for it, but we don't see any type of correction in that whatsoever. And it's really, really scary because, as I said, we're still probably looking at the biggest console launch ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I will still probably go ahead and keep what I've said on record. This is going to be the best-selling console of all time. It's going to beat everything. It's going to beat the PS2. It's going to beat the Switch. This is going to be it. But the problem is Nintendo has absolutely fucked this up, and they're not going to have to pay any prices for it whatsoever because they don't have any competition. That's scary.
That's until Sony releases their handheld in the next couple of years, which might happen.
And then by the end of this generation, when we're talking about Switch 3 and PlayStation actually portable 2, that's what they're going to call it, by the way.
PlayStation actually portable.
Yeah, PlayStation actually portable. It's a good name, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, when I heard it first time too, I was like, wow,
they nailed it.
It's genius. It's really good. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. At least with the Wii U, they were kind of competing still against the other boxes. Now they're just in their own little pocket doing whatever they want. And I don't know. They could have avoided all this and really done it right. If they would just stop, just take a breath and correct course right now. Just come out. You don't have to change your prices. Like all this drop the price. Like they're not going to fucking drop the price. Mario Kart World is $80. Is it worth $80? In my opinion, at this point, no, it's not. But that's not going to change. That's not going to change what the price is, because if you want to play it, you're either getting the bundle or you're paying $80. Just come the fuck out and say, this is our pricing. That's it. This is our pricing.
Post in your social
media.
medias.
We are confident.
Pin it on
We are
your social
confident
media.
in our pricing. Yes, we are confident in our pricing. This is what it is. We stand behind our products. That's why they cost what they cost. Just fucking say it.
They're making
Just
guys like you and I seem like Nintendo apologists for like defending the price, where that's not the case.
No, but
it's
it is what it is. The price
value.
is what it is.
It's a good value for what you're getting.
for what they're giving us. Yeah, I think it is.
It's just,
I do think
it's
it is.
my
Mario Kart 8's not worth $80.
Opinion. Apparently, I'm an expert, but it's my non-expert opinion that it's a very appropriate price. In fact, it's more than appropriate. It's a good deal. But they're not even doing that. They're like, well, you know,
yeah, just shut the fuck up and stand up confidently and tell me what the price is.
Doug Bowser goes on the news channels that only like 80-year-old people watch at this point, and like it's not helpful. And it's like, yep, we and you know, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry.
Reggie was on like the Tonight Show.
I remember that. I wasn't there for Switch 1 launch. You guys know the story. I joined in much later, but I remember that because I was watching the Tonight Show in 2017 or 2016, whenever that happened with the Tonight Show.
I think it was 17.
I was like, man, that's a cool ass
exactly
console. I was like, that's a cool ass thing. I love that.
It is cool.
It looks great. And I didn't buy one for years later, but it left an impact on me.
That's the thing. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people don't know this yet. But, I mean, I've held the thing. I've held it. I've played it. It's worth $450. I promise you. The quality is there. It is everything you wanted your Nintendo Switch to be. The quality is there. Everything we asked them to do, they did.
And it's not overpriced. It's expensive. But I think there's a big difference there.
There is a difference. Yeah, it's expensive, but a lot of things are. I just want Nintendo to stand up and be confident about what they're doing, and they're not, and it bothers me. Now I'm done.
I'm done too, because the more I talk, my throat hurts. And I need to stop that so I can be a human for the rest of the week after this podcast. So we're going to end it here. And no after show either, so we're just going to sign off entirely. So I know this is a little bit of a shorter one for you guys. We apologize, live streaming and people out there listening and watching.
Hang on, I'm going to set up a redirect.
Yeah, but we're going to end this off here because I'm a little sick and I need to get my strength so I can go pre-order this thing in person tomorrow, which bothers the crap out of me that I even have to do that. But it would be better if I could just do it digitally. Woo! But yeah.
I don't care. I'm still excited.
Guys, let us know.
All the shit I talk, I don't give a fuck. I'm excited.
Let us on our Discord, in our social medias, wherever you guys are at. Let us know your success rate with the pre-orders. If anybody did get one, which one they got, how many accessories they got, if any. Let us know. We want to hear about it because next week we're going to be talking about that, probably in like a video form. But next week on Wednesday, we're going to be talking to Baldy Rudy. We've talked to him before. He is a Nintendo fan. He's a big, he loves Nintendo, but his channel focuses, if you don't know, he focuses on PC handhelds and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's going to come in here and wipe the floor with us. We're going
to be the students. Expert. He's going to be the teachers and tell us what's what. And also his opinions on Switch too. So that'll be a great episode. You can't miss that. So we'll see you guys next week. This episode is done. Goodbye.
Bye.